Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Experience podcast, inside the business, buzz, and brilliance of Black entrepreneurs. Here is your host, Dr. Frances Richards.
What happens in Vegas goes all over the world on Black Entrepreneur Experience, episode number 59. Thank you for joining us for Black Entrepreneur Experience. This is where we shine the light on the most successful Black entrepreneurs in the world. I'm your host, Dr. Frances Richards, and today we are so honored to have with us Natasha. She's the founder of NJBlackbusiness.com, but it's known as NJBlackbusiness.com, which is a resource and advocate for the awareness, growth, economic, and business development of Black-owned business in New Jersey. She also puts on an annual gala each November. So welcome, Natasha.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on.
You know what? I am so honored to have you, but what I did is I've given a really brief bio about your company and yourself. Why don't you fill in the gaps and share with our audience what you'd like them to know about yourself and your company?
So again, I'm Natasha, born and raised in New Jersey, and the company is New Jersey Black Businesses. So again, we serve as a resource for Black-owned businesses in New Jersey, and also to those folks who want to support Black-owned businesses. And we provide platforms for the businesses to introduce themselves and their product and services to the community, as well as have the communities support them in the ways of business expos and also the annual gala, and recognize those Black-owned businesses that are doing excellent in their operations, quality work, and just very integral companies.
Tell us about that aha moment. How did you know this was going to be successful for you to do this, your business for Black businesses in New Jersey?
I don't know if I was certain that it was going to be successful. It was just something that it actually just started off as a movement, and something that I just wanted to encourage folks basically to support the Black-owned businesses in New Jersey, and also by highlighting them through social media. So I didn't really think that it was going to be as successful as it was until I had community supporters reaching out asking me, will you have workshops, or just asking for advice, or asking about events where they could support these businesses or learn more about them, or again, some type of platform for them to be as successful if they were entrepreneurs or folks who were thinking about becoming an entrepreneur.
How do you vet the businesses? Is it self-identifying that they're Black-owned, or is it something that your company will do to verify that they're actually Black-owned businesses?
A little bit of both. So I surely do my research and due diligence to ensure that the company that we're thinking of promoting is Black-owned. Oftentimes, especially through social media, they will use the hashtag that they're a Black-owned business, or these are businesses that I have patronized and befriended owners, or folks will come to me and bring those businesses to my attention and let me know it is a Black-owned business.
Natasha, how would you personally define success?
Of course, success is, it means different things to different people. And for me, success is just truly me being happy with what it is that I'm doing. So whether it be in my personal life, professional life, or as an entrepreneur, when I see results, especially with the business, and I see that folks are getting something from what we're putting out there and giving to the community, I feel that's success. and just being in a happy place and being comfortable again with what it is that I'm doing, and living my passions and living my truths. Those are all definitions of success.
When you talked about from the business aspect of success, and definitely talked about the personal aspect of being happy, when you talk about results, how long did it take for success to show up in reference to your business? How long did it take to manifest?
I would say a few months, because of course with my business, it's not success isn't determined in profit. It's the results that I see and the impact that is being made, and the interest in what it is that I'm doing, and the support that I have from people who are coming out to the events and such. So I would say that it took a few months for me to identify and say, wow, I think I have something here. I think this is a good thing. And because I saw positive results that I thought were successful is what kept me pushing forward with it.
Take us back to that moment in time when you decided to launch New Jersey Black businesses, basically supporting. Was there something that happened that started you on this journey?
Before starting New Jersey Black businesses, I was an owner of a consignment boutique. And I ran a consignment boutique for about 3 years. I had a storefront, and I also did business online via social media. So Instagram, Facebook, eBay, all of those tools were really instrumental in me and gaining profits and things like that. And I found that social media was a powerful tool. However, there are a lot of our businesses, not just Black businesses, but there are a lot of business owners who do not use social media to their advantage, and sometimes it's just because they do not know how. So I thought, I had a lot of success and support from the social media community with my consignment shop, and I know that I love to support Black businesses, as I am one, and there are many people who like to support Black-owned businesses. However, they don't know where they are, and they don't know that a particular business may be a Black-owned business, which would encourage them more to go out and support. So I said, well, let me just try it out, and just started out as a social media page where I was just kind of posting about businesses that I was visiting, especially if they didn't have a large social media platform. So that's what I was trying to bring to the community to see.
You mentioned social media when you were actually doing the boutique. Is there a technology tool or technology platform that is a must-have for you managing the New Jersey Black businesses, that business right now?
Absolutely. I would say social media for sure, and particularly Instagram and Facebook, because I have a pretty nice size following on those two platforms, and that is where and how I started New Jersey Black businesses. It was solely just something that was pushed through social media.
Natasha, what is a daily or weekly habit that you do consistently that has given you the greatest success?
The great daily or weekly habit, I would have to say to really just kind of sit back, take it all in, not to let things really stress me out. So I definitely take time to just kind of sit back and reflect on my week and sometimes my day. And especially with me, like I know with so many others, we have our hands in so many different things, and it's very easy for us to become overwhelmed and then stressed out. And it affects how we operate our business, how we operate our daily tasks. For sure, daily, for the patience to get through the day, even though I may experience an obstacle, but just to be able to tackle it in a way where I do not feel burnt out or overwhelmed. So I think daily reflection and daily reflection, yeah.
So what is one valuable lesson, Natasha, you wish you knew before starting your business?
To be honest, for this particular business for NJBB, honestly, I don't know if there is anything that I wish I would have known ahead of time, because I was already in this field somewhat with my other business. So I kind of knew what to look out for. And so that helped me, just having some of the experience.
What would you say is working well for you now in the business with NJBB?
What's working well for me now, I believe, is the ability to network with various businesses throughout New Jersey, develop a great base, I feel, and I look at them as business partners, even though they're formally not my business partner. By going out and supporting some of these businesses' events and networking, it has been very resourceful for me when it's come time for my galas and my expos, because then these folks really do become partners in what it is that I'm doing. Networking is key for me in this business, and really getting out there and touching and being a part and supporting other businesses in the area, because they have surely supported me in return.
So Natasha, who are your top 2 influencers in your life, and what lessons do they teach you?
My top 2 influencers in my life would have to be my grandparents. And they, I'm a firstborn generation American, so of course they were immigrants who came here, and so it was all about hard work, being passionate about something, and from a very young age, learning about business and, starting my own business as a young person. And anything that I do, I think of them, because they kind of instill that hard work and that ability to be able to kind of manage and juggle different things all at once. And I think, they've been my biggest influencers.
What do you see the direction of your business within the next 2 years?
I see the network of supporters growing. Currently on Instagram, we have a little over 5,000 followers, Facebook 500, and Twitter is less than that. So in the next couple of years, I see that network expanding. Most of our followers, of course, are from New Jersey, because that is the market that we serve. But I want, many folks in New Jersey, especially Black, to follow the page and support the businesses that are promoted on that page. I'd also like to see my numbers increase when it comes to my expo participation. We have so far implemented 3 expos that we've produced over the last 3 years, and each one, of course, is greater than the one before. So the last expo, we had about 400 people registered and came through, and about 50 were small businesses that came. So I'd like to see those numbers grow as well, and have a few thousands, and make the expo even grander, and the location, the venue for it, be able to basically support all those folks that want to come out and support these businesses.
So Natasha, talk to a younger you. What advice would you give to a younger Natasha?
I would say be confident. If there's something that your heart is telling you to do, something that keeps you up at night and you can't stop thinking about it. If there's just something that you know that you are good at, go for it. There are risks in everything, and it's never the best time. Just, don't be timid. Just go out there and go for it. And you may fail, and it's fine. It's okay if you do. Just pick yourself back up and try again.
What role or responsibility do you feel you and your company can contribute to increase the number of Black entrepreneurs in New Jersey and across the globe?
Well, I try to do that even with the awards gala that we have that recognizes the best of the best in New Jersey Black businesses, to inspire and motivate those who are in business, who may want to see their business growing, or who is thinking about giving up, or that person who is afraid to take the risk and go out there and become a business owner, or that entrepreneur that wants to grow their business. I want to provide the motivation and to put on display and honor those folks or those businesses who were probably in their shoes at some point, but still persevered and grew their business and was very successful at doing so. So I hope to inspire, even with just one post that I post to social media, to Instagram or Facebook. Just there's going to be someone, I know there's someone who sees that post, and there's someone who is struggling with, should I go for my dream? Should I go ahead and take this risk and start a business? So I'm hoping to speak to those folks through my post, to let them know that other people are doing it, and they stepped out there and they took the risk, and it may not be easy each day, but they're doing it and the business is theirs.
One of the big questions, Natasha, for starting a business, and specifically with the Black and minority community, the key issues is capital. Share with our audience, what capital did you use to run your business, and how did you, and what was the capital, how did you get the capital to start the business? Did you bootstrap it? Did you get family and friends? And how did you do your business? Did you bootstrap it?
Yes, so for NJBB, there had no investments or anything like that to start this business, because again, it started off as a movement. So the monies all came from when I hosted events or hosted the expo or the gala. The money came from ticket sales and sponsors and some donors that I had. Additionally, there were other items like paraphernalia items, T-shirts and things like that I sold as well. But this type of business, of course, overhead costs are very low. But I know when I started my consignment shop, I did have investors, and with consignment, overhead is very low as well, because the inventory is not, the items belong to other people, so I did not have to finance that. But with NJBB, yes, the funds come from promotions of the events that I have.
You launched the business NJBB. It's specifically to New Jersey. Was that the best area for you to launch that business? I know that it's specifically to New Jersey, but is there another city that maybe you think you should have launched in, or was it New Jersey was best and you saw the possible growth for promoting Black businesses in New Jersey?
New Jersey was best because, of course, New Jersey is next to New York, and oftentimes, especially living so close to New York City, I'm about 25 minutes south of New York City. So we see a lot of Black-owned businesses in New Jersey, in New York, and we know who they are and where they are. But in New Jersey, sometimes our areas are so siloed, it's just hard to find those businesses. And there are many folks who want to support specifically Black-owned businesses. So I thought it was best to do it in New Jersey, because of course that's what I know. So it's I know the Black-owned businesses in New Jersey. I can easily access them, as opposed to other states I don't know much about in terms of their numbers with Black-owned businesses. So New Jersey, this is where I live, and this is what I'm familiar with for now. it was best for me to start home.
Talk to the person in the audience, Natasha, that wants to start a business, but they're fearful. What advice would you offer them?
Just kind of continue with one of the answers that I gave earlier, and you just have to go for it. If it's something that you're truly passionate about, and I know, folks hear that all the time, if it's your passion, go for it. But it's true, because your passion is what is going to force you out of bed when it's 20 degrees outside, it's snowing outside, and you have to go and open a storefront, or you have to get to the post office and mail out packages. The passion inside, because you love what you do, is what is going to put that spark in you to get up and do it. Now, if it's something that you're not truly passionate about and it's more like a chore, then it won't be successful. So whatever you give into this business, or you plan on giving to this business, is what you're going to get out, so that's what you're going to produce. So anyone thinking about starting a business, I'd also say, do your research in that field and know all it is that you could possibly know at that moment. Be open to growing from that point as well, even once you start your business, but go for it. There are risks involved with everything. Saying that someone should just totally try 9 to 5, for some that may be an option, but for others it may not be. So maybe start small and test the waters and see, because everyone isn't designed to be an entrepreneur, and it takes a lot of work, but it pays off. And being able to have your own creative control and come up with your own strategies and things like that could also be exciting. Entrepreneurship, I believe, is also a lonely road, because if you're passionate about something, not everyone can understand your passion, and they may not be as passionate about it as you, and that's okay, because it's your dream and it's what you want to do. I would also say to ignore the naysayers, because anyone you share your idea with, anytime you share your idea with someone or multiple people, there will be someone who may be doubtful and or just straight up tell you, no, that's not going to work. I had someone tell me that when I started NJBB. They didn't say it wasn't going to work, but they made the comment like, you think folks really want to support Black businesses like that? And I said, yeah, I believe that they do. So just don't get discouraged. If it's something that you're truly passionate about, just go out on the limb, the risk, and do it.
Now let's shift gears, Natasha. What is the worst moment in business, and what was the takeaway for you?
The worst moment in business. I'd have to say some of the worst moments could be when you get the feedback that you were not expecting or isn't too pleasant. So after every expo that we produce, I push out Survey Monkey, and I want to hear from the vendors, and I want to hear from the guests that attended. And for the most part, the reviews are all good. But there was a time or two where the feedback it stung a bit. And what I took away from that is, there was no need for me to sulk and be upset or anything like that. I just took that and said, you know what? Well, maybe I didn't look at it like that. So the next expo, maybe I'll implement this. So and it worked out for me. So even though I did not want to hear necessarily, or it didn't feel good to hear feedback that wasn't so positive, I still took it as a value add for me and the business, because it had me reevaluate and re-strategize for the next event and to make it even better.
So how do you personally balance or blend your personal life, family life with your business?
So balancing it, I definitely make time to have my personal time, my personal space. There is a certain time in the evening where I say I'm not doing anything anything business related. And I'm very good about that. And likewise in the morning, the same thing. And also on weekends, so my time with my family and my friends and just having peace of mind and not being a workaholic is truly important to me. So I'm very strict about making sure that I have the right balance. How I blend it is, of course, when I have the events that I have, when there's a great business that I just want to share with folks, I share that information. I share those invitations with my family and friends. And thankfully, I have a great support system. So my family and friends, they will give me a heads up on a Black business that they feel is worthy to post or to visit. And they're truly involved in that and seeking these businesses out. And they also come out and support the events that I have.
So how large is your team that's helping you run NJBB?
So it varies depending on the event, whether it be the expo or the gala. But for the most part, the team averages about four people. And when it comes to the postings and social media and things like that, it's about 2.
And so are you doing if you're doing your contracting with the posting, your social media management team, is everything sourced in the United States, or are you doing any kind of contracting or sourcing abroad?
No sourcing or contracting abroad as yet, no.
So tell us, Natasha, what book would you recommend to our audience and why?
So I am not an avid reader. There are some books that I have enjoyed and were great reads for me. But I have also heard of great books for entrepreneurs, especially Black entrepreneurs, that I've stumbled across along the way and that have also been confirmed by the NJBB community of supporters as being great reads. And one of them, and I'm sure, your audience has probably heard of these 2 books, but one is Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun by Reginald Lewis and Blair Walker. And the other, and it basically talks about how Reginald built his very successful business. And the other is Black Business Secrets by Dante Lee. And of course, he shares strategies and tips and things like that. And many of my entrepreneurs in the community that follow NJBB have all said great things about these books and how they've been very helpful to them with them building their business and sustaining their business and also growing their business.
Thank you for that. Sure. So if you conducted this interview, what is the one question, Natasha, that you wish I would have asked you? And I want you to answer the question.
Maybe, am I happy? Am I happy with what it is that I'm doing? So there is a difference, of course, between being passionate about something and also that something that you're doing bringing you true happiness. And to answer that, I would say yes. Yes, I'm happy with what it is that I'm doing, because I see the impact that it has had, not only on the supporters that support NJBB, but also the business owners and the opportunities that they've been given through NJBB as the platform. Whether it be local interviews on news stations, or just their clientele growing, or just them building relationships with other business owners and then forming things together. So when I see those type of results, then that brings me happiness, and that makes me know and just reaffirms that this is a great thing that we're doing and doing for the community, and there are great results from this.
So, Natasha, can you give us 3 truths that you've learned in life so far?
Three truths that I've learned in life.
Yes, so far.
One is live your truth. Live your truth. And that, again, is where your happiness comes from. Another would be, and I've mentioned this earlier also, that there are going to be naysayers and there'll be doubters. And everyone may not be a fan of yours or whatever it is that you're doing, whether it be business related, whether it be relationships, whatever it may be. But you just keep remaining true to yourself and doing things that make you happy, because ultimately you're the one that has to live with you. And I'd have to say, another truth is you get back what you give. You give good energy, you'll get good energy back. I'd say those would be three truths that I've learned in life.
Can you share with us what is your biggest achievement so far with NJBB?
I'd have to say, again, it would have to be the opportunities that I've seen others have through NJBB, the exposure that they've received, and us allowing them to have that platform. That's truly gratifying for me, because this is what this was all about, to serve as a resource and be a platform and it'll get our businesses exposed in the state to help to keep them afloat, because oftentimes our businesses fail due to a lack of funds, and of course you need the folks there to support you in running your business. So I'd say that would be the greatest achievement. Not just one, but there are many stories and many thank yous that I receive for just having the platform.
So if you had to do it all over again, would you stick to the same industry and business? And if yes, why?
Absolutely. Yes, I would. And why is because I've met some amazing people. I continue to meet some amazing people. I've built some amazing relationships and partnerships, and I just enjoy it. I enjoy everything about it.
So Natasha, can you share with our audience a parting piece of advice you want to offer?
Parting piece of advice. I would say, again, especially for entrepreneurs or those thinking of going into entrepreneurship, just go for it. Just go for it and put your all into it. And as long as you put your all into it and you have the right folks behind you, and it's truly what you want to do and have always had a desire to do, then go ahead and take the risk, and things will work out. And also to just support our minority owned businesses, support our Black owned businesses. They are just as great as others, but oftentimes, of course, we do not have the support of the community, and we may be offering the same product, if not greater product, than the other stores. So just, help to keep our businesses afloat and successful and able to feed their families and pass on their businesses to their upcoming generations.
Natasha, we've come to the part of the podcast. It's called the Fun Facts Lightning Round. I'm going to ask you a series of questions and I'd like you to give me very quick answers. If it's something that you desire not to answer, feel free to say pass. Are you ready for the lightning round?
I'm ready.
The last movie you saw?
Girls Trip.
You relaxed doing what?
Going to the beach, strolling on the boardwalk.
Your favorite singer or rapper?
I don't have one.
Your favorite dance song?
Just Fine by Mary J. Blige.
What food you eat every week, no matter what?
Raw spinach.
Your favorite month?
December.
Natasha, thank you so much for spending time with us on Black Entrepreneur Experience and allowing us to learn more about the New Jersey Black businesses. So before we conclude, why don't you share with our audience what is the best way for our audience to connect with you and to support your business?
Thank you. And thank you again, Dr. Richards. I truly appreciate this opportunity. And the best way to connect and support NJBB is through our website, which is njblackbusinesses.com. We are also on social media. So Instagram is NJ Black Businesses, Facebook, NJ Black Businesses, Twitter, NJ Black Biz, B-I-Z.
Natasha, again, thank you so much for Black Business from Black Entrepreneur Experience. And that is a wrap.
Thank you so much. Have a great
Thank you.